Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. We are now starting the panel called Pakistan's Climate Future Voice for Action at COP30. The goal is to open a clear and practical conversation about the actions needed to address the climate impacts Pakistan is already facing to those that are expected to intensify. I hope the discussion is helpful and constructive for all of us. I will moderate this session. I am Sebastian. I'm from Belém do Pará. I'm finishing my degree in international relations. I am specialized at matters that related to Amazonia and climate change. So, I would like to introduce our guests for Climate Forward Pakistan. First one is Ali Burksh, a young climate advocate from Pakistan, working on food and agriculture issues related to climate change. He is a voice of youth and vulnerable communities. After we have Muzadik, is an environmental advisor, a young climate professional, and a representative from Climate Forward Pakistan. We have Irfan. Irfan is from Balochistan, Pakistan, as a student of marine engineering, as a climate activist from a flood-affected region. He is determined to empower indigenous communities and like your own by equipping them with adaptation and mitigation skills. And he is the founder of Salahuddin Academy and activated member of Madad community. And last one is Arish. Arish Yasin Zai is a climate and a youth advocate from Quetta, Pakistan, with a background in the business administration and a strong focus on youth inclusion, gender equity, and sustainable development. She serves as a member of the Prime Minister National Youth Council and Associate Director at Climate Forward Pakistan, represented Pakistan at COP28 and now at COP30 in Brazil. Areja is already the first pastel SCG guide used across KP and Balochistan, and he is a skill stand for Afghan refugee training. She is also a PAUM alumna and a UNICEF Voice Club member and former captain of our university Greens Youth Movement Club. So, to begin, I would like to hear from each of you. What do you see as the most urgent and realistic actions Pakistan needs to take the right now and strengthen its climate resilience? So, it's with you.
Thank you, Sebastian, for giving me a floor. I would like to share some information before going to the future of Pakistan and what should steps we will take. Pakistan has taken most of the environmental or climate related policies. First of all, they have made a national adaptation plan in July 2023. Pakistan Federal Cabinet approved its first national adaptation plan. Then a challenge fund for climate resilient infrastructure has been made in January 2025, which has been launched to support climate resilient infrastructure. Large scale afforestation or reforestation project has been done. You all people know about the billion tree tsunami project. So it was one of the pioneer project in afforestation in all over the world, and most of the international organizations and countries, they have supported and praised the project for the climate change. Then Protected Areas Initiative has been launched in 2020 by Pakistan, where we had protected our different ecosystems, where different Pakistan had tried to implement the system. Okay, Living Indus initiative has been taken by the Pakistan, which is specifically on the interventions of 2513 pieces nature-based solution, green infrastructure, community-led restoration. So as we know that early warning system is very required equipments or system that we must have in the current climate change events. So Pakistan has managed and made a policy for the early warning system at the northern areas of the province Khyber Pakhtunkhwa under the Glove project. Now currently Glove 2 has been started and it is under the implementation. So we think we have a bit already implemented. So I would like now to share what should be done in for the climate resilience at Pakistan. So there are different steps we should have taken. We should be doing it for the climate resilient Pakistan. For this, first of all, as I said that national adaptation plan has been made, but how it will be implemented, how we will consult or consult the local community in national action plan to ask or to result oriented for the result orientation. So it should be the climate change cell. Second, mobilize and program climate finance now. Urgent make dollars flow for this. So estimates show Pakistan needs roughly more than 300 billion rupees from 2023 to 2030 to meet core resilience and mitigation needs. So the financial gap is the single biggest barrier to tackle with the national adaptation plan, national determined contributors. So we must have the finance. At the end, I will share some solutions for the finance from my perspective. As the Sebastian shared that in my introduction, that I am environmental advisor working for the environmental advocacy production from last 8 years. So I will share some information at the end. Then we should be added the scale nature-based solutions at landscape scale. So the initiative should be taken at the Living Indus show nature-based restoration. So it's from my side, and I will giving you a floor again. Thank you, Sebastian.
Yeah, I think it's so important that when we talk about the youth, like I'm not from Pakistan, as you see, but like I think the youth in each of our countries has the a biggest opportunity because we are the next generation that will make the change that will probably be trying to solve the problem of climate justice in our countries. But yeah, extremely complicated. We have a lot of problems facing that. I think that this space it's one of what we can do as observers in a COP. Like it's my first COP, so it's different for me. I'm trying to figure it out what can I do, what I can learn for what comes next. Because like COP will finish in less than a week, so it's like it's I don't know. It's 20 days that we can save the world. You can't save the world, so. Yeah, it's complicated, but like as a youth, I think we're doing what you can. Everything we can, we are doing. So it's a tough fight, but yeah, we are I think we are the winner of the problems of the world. So yeah, it's us what we're doing here, and I don't know. Basically, is that. And yeah, I think I can pass the floor for Ali.
Thank you, Sebastian, for giving me the floor. I will be focused on agriculture and food supply. As we all know, the Pakistan is one of the biggest exporter of rice, cotton, wheat and sugarcane. And we all know that due to climate change, Pakistan has lost its exports from around seventh biggest exporter of rice to 11th exporter, and it's been a biggest. So I will be starting. For me, the most urgent and realistic actions Pakistan needs right now are actually very practical and people-centered. First, we must invest in protecting communities who are already on the front lines, like the farmers, youth, and frontline workers. They are happening in Pakistan. So early warning systems, local emergency preparedness, and climate-resistant infrastructure must be accessible to the poorest household, not just the major cities. Secondly, our food and agriculture systems need an immediate support. In Pakistan, climate impacts show up first on our plates and on our fields. We need a scale climate resilient seeds and drought tolerant crops and better water management, but also support small farmers with a direct finance and extension services. These are low cost, high impact steps we can take right now. Third, Pakistan has a huge youth population and climate resilience will be impossible without them. We must engage them in every decision from local level to ministerial level decision making. This isn't a symbolic step, it is a realistic one because young people are already doing work on the ground level. And finally, we need to unlock a climate finance in a way that it is transparent, predictable, and accessible for local actors. Pakistan doesn't lack ideas or commitment, it lacks resource reaching to the local level and ground level. So for me, the urgent realistic actions are simple and people centric, which can transform agriculture, empower youth, and unlock local level climate finance. These are achievable today and not in 5 years, and they can save millions of lives. Thank you. Now I will give you the floor again to the Sebastian.
Yeah, in a context of Brazil, we have also this problem with like the agriculture and the exportations. We are a big country; it's a big exportator. So we have these problems. I think I can relate it with what IFAN do it's, with the indigenous people because we have a lot of the problem with the agriculture taking the place of the indigenous people, their lands and everything. So we have a problem with that, and we believe here that the indigenous people are the guide for sustainable development. So yeah, but with a biggest country that they have like a size of 3 or 4 countries like in the Europe, it's extremely complicated to guide everything here. So the indigenous people are a lot affected by the agriculture. So we have a lot of social movements here that are engaging with the indigenous people and the local agriculture. So yeah, I think hearing what you two said until now, Brazil and Pakistan has a lot of in common, and even in some topics that Pakistan are more advanced in the Brazil. I discovered recently, like in the beginning of the week, that Pakistan it's they signed the treaty of no proliferation of the fossil fuel. So they in the and when they see Brazil and when see Pakistan, we have like two different countries, but Pakistan has more resilience, and they are like steps up forward than in Brazil. So yeah, hearing you until now, Was extremely uh, good to see what difference we have and what we can do to what I can learn to bring to my country, to bring to my land, to bring to Amazonia, and yeah, it's on that way that I think we can construct a good bridge between Brazil youth and Pakistan youth. So thank you. And I will pass for, I think, Irfan. You wanna?
Thank you so much for this discussion. It's a very important question. As you know, Pakistan is the most affected country in the world by the climate change. So we are facing devastating floods since 2 decades. Each year we faces floods and displaced our peoples 1,000 kilometers from our villages, and we have also affected our education systems, agriculture. There are many much important topic is the infrastructure, which is mismanaged and by the government and the international organizations like World Bank. So first, the government should manage and restore the projects and should not disturb the natural flow of floods and rains, and should maintain these projects. Like we have in Balochistan project RBOD3, which is done by the World Bank. It is actually made in a way where the natural flow of the water by the floods and rains is making it like a dam. And again, this when it becomes a dam, it breaks and floods all the communities. So it's infrastructure is the most important. First, we have government has take action, and second is empowering the local communities and the youth about the climate change at the education level, and should empower all the youth in education centers about the climate change. So as I am working since 2019 at the education, we have seen thousands of childs and students are displaced from the schools due to the floods, because each year we face these floods, the schools are disturbed, so children cannot pursue their education. So I want to say that government should take action, urgent action on the education to maintain it, and the few projects which are filed by the government and the World Bank should be restored and again planned. Thank you so much for this panel discussion.
Thank you, Irfan. So, yeah, as you said and Mosadiq said about reforestation and everything, I think you don't know, but I think you'll see in the city. Belém is the capital of Amazonia, but we are like the capital with less trees in Brazil. So yeah, it's like hypocrisy. We are the capital of Amazonia, but we don't have a lot of trees. Of course, in the center of the city, we see a lot of trees, a lot of mango trees. But like in the outskirts, it's extremely difficult to have trees, because like yeah, I can pass like hours talking about the problems of Belém, but it's not the main topic. But as I said before, Pakistan has some like good programs to everything, like reforestation, as Muzadik said, and you said about in the matter of education. And we has a lot of problems here with the actual government, the municipality of Belém, and that's like they are destroying, not the right word, but like schools that specialized on the indigenous teaching or anything like that. So we have a problem in the education system here in Belém, and the government's not really allowed to that. They are like more in the side of the capitalism, and everything's more that guarantee gains and everything. So yeah, I one point that want to say, it's a lot. Pakistan has a lot of programs of like afforestation for youth, and just now we have like a strong action in the government about to youth. That's I'm critic of this government, but now we have some good points. That is like the youth, they take the child from the islands close to Belém to be at COP, talking in the COP. It's like it's a good opportunity to these youth people, the kids know what's happening, and sometimes they just in their like in their this island in the city knows this, whoa, why it's so hot today, I don't know why. And like it's a good opportunity to the youth and the children come to the COP and see what's happening and why in his city he's feeling a lot of hot and everything. So yeah, I think it's this. I think the main topic here, and I take the part of reforestation. That's not common. As I said, Brazil is the biggest country, and it's difficult to control everything. So yeah, in the last 3 years, Pará, the state of Pará, was the biggest state in deforestation. So extremely complicated. We have in Belém, we have a lot of part of the forest being cut to construct streets and yeah, a lot of things. So extremely complicated here. And again, is I'm gonna say again, but Pakistan is really advanced in the programs and the topics. So extremely good to hear that. So if the last one, but not less important, I have Arish. So Arish, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sebastian, for having me and for asking me this question. So what I will love to share is about that, as I am from Quetta. It's a city or the capital of the province Balochistan. So I came from there, and then being a girl, obviously living in the stereotypical society, we really face a lot of problems. But apart from that, what I'll share it through my example, my own example of climate advocacy, that how I came into this field of climate advocacy as being someone from a privileged area, or from a privileged background, that who was privileged to get into the university education as well. And still I was till 2022, I was not even aware of the climate change and the impacts and the crisis. Obviously, it's not like that we were not affected by it. We were affected by it. I was affected by it. My community was affected by it. But the problem is that we didn't knew that it's because of the climate change. So you can just think that how our people are unaware of it. That someone from the capital of a region and from the privileged background, that she goes to university as well, but she's not aware of climate change. People there talk about like I have myself heard from people saying climate change is just a buzzword and it's trending and people are rushing towards it, so it's not something serious. They're not taking it seriously, but it's very important to talk about this. So I think what the government or what our Pakistan should do at this point to make our countries or make our country and communities more resilient is that to aware them and to invest in the awareness of climate change and letting them know that how badly it is affecting us. Obviously, we faced every year we face heavy rain and the floods of 2022. I was the victim of 2022 floods, and after that after the 2022 floods, when I got affected, when I got traumatized for an entire year, then I got to know that okay, this was something because of climate change, and then I came into this field. So we cannot wait until everyone is affected by the climate change so we can choose this field, or we can raise our voices after that. Obviously a lot of people are facing the problems, and if you are under the crisis, the climate crisis, you are not, I would say you are no more able to speak about it, to advocate for it. So you have to advocate first and make yourself resilient, make your community resilient enough so that climate change does not affect you as bad as it can. I think so. This is what I believe that we should do, and especially there is this one other thing that we face in Pakistan, or in our rural areas from Pakistan. We face the cultural barrier when coming on a stage and bringing some voices. We talk. People come on the table and they bring voices. They bring problems that this is what we face. This is the problem that we are facing and addressing it. But there in Pakistan, especially the females or the women face, even we face the problem before coming to the stage. We are not even able, or we are not privileged enough to bring our voices at the table. So how can we advocate then? I think it's very important. I think we should consider our cultural barriers also, and then talk about the awareness. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we have a lot of this, like, don't know what is climate change. For example, for me, until my high school, it was extremely difficult to understand that my city, that Belém, that Marituba, that came from, it's part of Amazonia. For example, because you always see on the books, on the internet, that Amazon, it's like the forest, like the trees, the everything, the rivers, but like it's more than that, you know. So I was talking with Irfan that the all around the world we have this perspective about Amazon, and because that I'm saying Amazonia for me has a different meaning than I'm saying Amazon. For example, if you Google now Amazon, what you will find? You will find the store, Amazon store. So if you want to see Amazon, you have to put Amazon rainforest, and what you're gonna see, it's like forests, trees, rivers, and the Amazon is more than that. So this sense of be part of something, be part of the Amazon. When you realize that, oh my God, I'm part of the Amazon. Oh my God, I'm a part of. I will be affected for the climate change and everything. It's different when you know that, and I think it's similar what you said about. The climate change will affect me sometime. Like everybody gonna be affected. Some countries more than others, but as Irfan said, Pakistan is the one of the countries most affected by the climate change, and because of that, I think we have this conversation right now, because not only Pakistan, Belém until 2050 will become like the two hottest city in the world. So we have to stop that, try to change this and everything. And it's my first COP, but what I realized as part of your team and as observer, the change won't be made here in these 20 days. It's happening before, after the COP, the time between each COP. The next COP gonna be don't have like the exact location. It's a fight between Australia and Turkey. But I think bring a COP to a complicated city. It's the city is not perfect. It's being a lot affected by the climate change. It's extremely important for everyone see what the climate change can do with everybody. So Belém, I think, was the first city like most affected by the climate change to be host a COP. One day, someday, maybe in Pakistan, should everybody see what's happening in the world. It's more urgent than they think it is. So yeah, also cultural barriers have a lot. A lot of people here don't believe in like we don't have to explore the fossils. Some people here don't believe in the climate change, and it's normal because like it's cultural. How can I explain to a guy in the south of Brazil that they don't have like a, a high temperatures, that they will be affected for the climate change one day. It's extremely complicated because Brazil is so big, as I already said. We have so different cultures and everything, so it's difficult to tell to everybody that the one day the bill will come, and will be complicated for everybody. So yeah, the cultural barrier, the deforestation, the indigenous people will have to work in like in the each topic, and I think the our work in the COP, it's this one, to talk, to discuss, to learn, to after the COP we'll start to fight in our countries to change this and stop the increasing of the climate change. So yeah, it's extremely hard job to do because here we're only five. It's extremely complicated, but I think, as already said in the beginning, the answer is us. The answer is came from the youth people. We are the next generation that you suffer more with the climate change. So a lot of like topics that we talked here, a lot of things that I learned with you, so was extremely useful to me. And I think someone wanna say something that if
Actually, I want to something add in Arij's. So Arij talked about the 2022's flood, and she took motivation to be volunteer for his people. So her pupils. So actually, for I have an example for from 2022 flood. So I would like to again share this because in 2022 flood I worked as volunteer. At 2 kilometers distance there were 20. I surveyed 200 pregnant women. At that time, roads and all the water canals were disturbed by the flood. So there, in my district, 2 women died due to this problem. So they couldn't get medication urgent. So again, I want to say the government and the World Bank, please manage their projects and restore them. Do not disturb the natural flow and paths of the floods and rains. If they can restore these things, maybe these problems can be reduced. Thank you so much.
thank you.
I will share some more steps that Pakistan should be done for the climate resilience. As I have shared that Pakistan already made a NAP, National Adaptation Plan, and already shared their NDCs to the UNFCCs for their further implementation. The climate-proof infrastructure must be the most efficient way of protect the protect the effects of the any event that happened due to climate change. Like I would say that if we build a road somewhere, so it should have be mentioned in their planning stage that there are proper drainage system that the way of the water paths should not be closed, that acts like a dam or a water reservoir for the people of the staying above the roadside. Second, the early warning system is already implemented at in the Pakistan on the northern areas of KPK, that is Chitral, Gilgit-Baltistan. It should be it should be divided, and it should be placed at the every corner or every most probably affected areas of the Pakistan. And at this point, I would like to share that Pakistan has a bit of lengthy country, as I would share on the areas wise. So it's not like a Brazil that a whole world that it has many circulated area. So if we talk about the climate event related to flood events, so if it happens in the northern areas of Pakistan, so the most affected areas of Pakistan, which has very less time to protect or to conserve the locals, is the province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and then the province of Punjab. It's the most affected areas of flood, where we need early warning systems at their best. If they work at their best, we will have some time to prepare for the events that will happen in around 5 or to 6 hours. So we will have only that time to prepare for the floods in our areas, specifically if we're talking about the our province Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and some areas of Punjab. So it must be considered in our implementation stages. The second one, I would like to share the climate protection or the climate resilience tips, that the local administration should be empowered to take most and effective ways of different steps. So they should be empowered to take any actions or any step that would save the local of the affected areas. Specifically, if I'm as I am from the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, so I would like to share some information about the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. What KP has been done for the climate resilience? Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has been made the climate change cell in their planning and development department, which act as a climate change policy making. Integrated climate resilience framework has already frameworked by the KP government. First prevention climate health adaptation plan has been made by the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa for the protection or for the people of climate effects that will help to for instance more heat stress, waterborne diseases and vector-borne illness. As if we talk about the climate change is not only we talk about that it's a flood, it's a thunderstorm. Climate change is technically term. It means that we have the unplanned events in our weather change. So there is irregular pattern of rainfall is a climate change. Heat waves or heat stress is a climate change. So these are some points we should know that what is the climate change. So that's from my side. The floor is yours.
So, but I was so interested, but like to ask you a question. What do you think, like, I don't know, in 10 years, what have to be the principal role of the youth right now? For example, in 10 years, what do you have for you? For example, what do you have? Oh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. like in the, I don't know, in the side of social movements and like policies of politics. So what do you think, like, just to be so directly the
Thank you for asking the specific question. I would share some information. Basically, if we're talking about the policies making, if we're talking about the administration setup, Pakistan is already prepared for the implementation stage. As we know that COP30 is the an conference where I probably understand that till Friday we have a decision. We would have a decision that we should go to the implementation stage, as all parties or maximum of the parties has shared their NDCs, national determined contributions of their countries. So we will be in an implementation stage in from the Friday, most probably. So there are some steps that must be taken. As I had shared that Pakistan made all or maximum of their policies for the climate change. The main concern of Pakistan, they demands around 500 billion rupees to be required for the implementation of their NDCs. As you shared in your introduction, that Pakistan has made transition their energy resources into renewable energy. So Pakistan made it. Pakistan converted their 80% of energy into the renewable energy. Pakistan has the dams. Pakistan has manufactured their solar panels. So the steps that must be taken. So I would like to share that Pakistan required funds. International and developed country must be responsible to provide fund to the developing countries, but along with it we have a very good market of carbon credit. As I shared that Pakistan implemented the most of their projects at the local implementation, so they done it. So just to make a registry of carbon at the national or government level, so they can sell a billion of carbon credits to the all over the world, and they earn from it. Specifically, if I share the KP, the KP has a forestry projects in Dua, in Swat, Dir, Chitral, which can be used, which could be used for the, and which must be used for the afforestation as a carbon sequestration, and which must be used as a carbon credit. And it's you know, we can have for the finance for our implementation stage, for a loss and damage, for adaptation, and for mitigation purposes. The second project we have, that we had a RED plus project in our country, and soil carbon regenerative agriculture, we had already implemented it. There is an NGO, I don't think so I can say their name, so which is specifically work on the agriculture carbon sequestration. So there are most of the project at Pakistan level which can be used and which can be benefited for the carbon credits. So I think it's an international avenue, and it's an international source of income for the government basically. So we can use it for our financial finance that can be used for the implementation of our NDCs for our future climate resilient Pakistan. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to moderate this session. And I don't know, someone has something to add? Okay.
Thank you, Sebastian. Everyone talked about the northern areas and the other provinces, but how we, the Pakistani government, how we can talk about the resilience when we are not including the industrial delta, one of the most affected region of Pakistan due to climate change and rising sea levels and salinity. How we make policies if we are not including the vulnerable communities of South Pakistan, because the rising sea levels in last 10 years has almost submerged around 2.5 million acres of lands. Our communities are affected mostly due to the rising sea level and rising temperatures. Especially you can talk about the Karachi. It has now groundwater is not safe for drinking purposes. As a country, we must learn from this that we must urgent actions, inclusive leadership, and climate finance that actually reach the local communities, especially in high risk provinces like Sindh. If we protect our people from empower our youth and invest directly in local solutions, Pakistan can move from vulnerability to resilience. That is a future we should be working toward. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Someone else? Something? Ifa? No? Okay, so I think going to the final comments. I don't know about the carbon market. Brazil is a really strong country in the carbon market, so a lot of things in common. And I think it's this: you have to discover new methods of use the trade, the capitalism in our favor. So carbon market, it's in my opinion, it's a good choice if made in the right way. Because in Brazil have some problems with they take lands of the indigenous people and everything. So it's complicated, but in the general, it's a good method of fight with the climate change. So yeah, I think it's this. If anyone has something to say, I would like to thank Ifan, Mosadik, Ariji, Yi Abkush. So sorry. To their contributions. And thank you as well, everyone who joined us. The reflection shared today was extremely useful and highlighted how much this topic requires cooperation between the youth and the countries. And I hope these conversations help us to concrete steps as we move toward the COP30 and COP31 and COP32, 33 and beyond. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.